Okay, YouTube, I just wanted to do a quick video on shovel head motors and splitting the rocker boxes. I did this motor back in 2005 and it's pretty much been trouble-free ever since, except I kept blowing base gaskets. And then James came out with the real good set that has the metal in them, and I've never had an issue since. I took a stock set of shovel heads and had them mounted down on a milling machine, and my friend where I worked took a mill bit through these, an end mill, and that was a 5/8 mill bit. Then after that was done, the corners are sharp, so I took and put these on a belt sander and contoured them. I ended up taking this middle one out. There's a bolt here. You can leave that piece in. It's probably recommended to. I've got about 30,000 miles on this bike, I'd estimate. I've never had an issue with any leaks out of the rocker boxes or anything like that, especially with the newer style James gaskets. But anyway, one of the things you have on a stock shovel head, you have a tube that comes up here and feeds oil, and then that oil crosses through the head, and then there's a tube that goes head to head, and then it comes across, crosses head to head again, and feeds all four of the rocker arms. So what you do have to do is you have to have somebody can weld aluminum, and they have to weld on this side of this one and this side of that one, and then here. You can kind of see it's a little pocked up there ever so slightly. There's just oil in that aluminum that you can't get out. And then once it's welded, you just sand it down with either some kind of disc sander or belt sander or whatever it is to make it look good. So there's 3 on each cylinder. 1, 2, 3. And then same here. You have to have that one welded, and that one came up pretty clean. And then here and here. So that leaves the question of how do they get oil after that? And this is how I happen to do it. I come out of the motor with a brass fitting, and these are compression fittings, and this is 1/4-inch copper tubes. So I got all this at Home Depot. These fittings are at Home Depot, and this 1/4-inch copper tubing is probably for like a refrigerator ice maker or something. And then it's hard to see a little bit, but I come across there to this aluminum block. And a manifold was just a piece of solid aluminum. And then my machinist buddy put it in the lathe and then turned it down a little just around all 4 corners. And then he just drilled a hole through it, threaded it. I threaded it. And then I think I drilled these 2 holes with a regular old drill press. And these are 1/8-inch pipe plug. It's really simple to make that, and the copper line supports it. I just hand bent all this copper line. Then the same thing with the heads, you have to flip them over, and I did that for sure, is you get the drill bit that's for 1/8-inch pipe to tap it, and you look it up on a tap chart, and I just drilled a hole right up center of that, and this one was done. So I just kind of eyeballed how this one was done, and then I did it for that one, and that one. And you just pop a hole right through them, and then get a 1/8-inch pipe tap, put it in, and you run your copper lines. It's really pretty simple once you get past the cutting and the welding part of it. Like I said, it's everything you see here is from 2005 or 2006 when I finished this bike, and I've been riding it ever since. So that's pretty much it. Pretty simple setup.